Marcus was a man who carried the weight of the world on his shoulders, but he never showed it on his face. He was a black single dad, living in a small rented apartment at the edge of the city. Every morning, before the sun came up, he would wake up quietly, wash his face with cold water, and prepare breakfast for his little son, Leo. The boy was only 5 years old and full of energy, but Marcus knew he needed to stay strong for him. His life was not easy. He worked 2 jobs, one at a local store during the day, and one as a part-time cleaner in the evening. Even after all this, his pockets were almost always empty. But Marcus never complained. He had learned long ago that life did not listen to complaints. It only respected hard work. Every morning, as he walked to the bus stop with Leo's small hand in his, Marcus felt a mix of tiredness and love. He used to say to himself, "One day, I will give my son a better life." And that dream kept him moving, even when the world felt too heavy. Marcus had only one thing from his past that still lived in his heart, a tattoo on his right arm. It was a small, simple symbol. Most people never noticed it. But whenever Marcus looked at it, a silent memory woke up inside him. The tattoo reminded him of someone he had lost long ago. A girl named Maya. His first love. His best friend. The person he promised to spend his life with. They were young when they made that promise. Too young to understand how life can break even the strongest dreams. Marcus and Maya had made matching tattoos when they were 18. They believed it was a sign of forever. But life had other plans. One day, Maya disappeared. No explanation. No message. No goodbye. Marcus searched for her everywhere. He waited for her call. He kept hoping for a letter or a sign. But nothing came. The silence broke him. After months of sadness, he finally accepted that she was gone. He told himself she must have chosen a different life. But deep inside, a part of him always felt the story was unfinished. Now, years later, he lived quietly, working hard, raising Leo, and trying to forget the pain he once carried. But some pains never fully go away. They stay hidden, like dust under a carpet, waiting for a moment to rise again. One evening, after a long shift, Marcus picked up Leo from a friend's house and walked home through the park. The sun was setting, painting the sky with soft orange and purple colors. The air was cool, and the park was almost empty. Leo ran ahead, laughing, chasing the wind. Marcus smiled, feeling peaceful for the first time that day. But life often changes in a moment. When Marcus bent down to tie his shoe, he heard a small voice behind him. "Hello, sir." He turned around slowly. A little girl, maybe 6 years old, stood in front of him. She had big, curious eyes and a small backpack on her shoulders. Her hair was tied in 2 messy ponytails. She looked both scared and brave at the same time. Marcus looked around. No adult was near her. "Yes, sweetheart. Are you lost?" he asked gently. The girl shook her head. Then she lifted her small hand and pointed at Marcus's arm. "Sir, my mother has a tattoo just like yours." Marcus froze for a second. He tried to smile, thinking it was just a coincidence. "Oh. Many people have tattoos, honey." But the girl continued, her voice soft and serious. She says the man with this tattoo broke her heart." Marcus blinked. His mind felt confused. Before he could speak, the girl added something that made his heartbeat stop for a moment. She said, "The man never knew the truth." Marcus felt a strange coldness run through his body. He didn't know this girl. He didn't know her mother. But the way she spoke, the way she pointed at his tattoo. It felt like a door from the past had just opened. And something inside that door was waiting for him. Marcus stared at the little girl as if time had stopped moving. Her eyes were innocent, but her words were heavy enough to shake the ground beneath him. He felt Leo tug his shirt from behind, whispering, "Daddy, who is she?" But Marcus had no answer. He didn't even know what to ask. The girl stepped closer, looking straight at Marcus's tattoo again, as if she was studying it. Her expression wasn't normal curiosity. It felt like she was searching for something important. "What's your name?" Marcus finally asked, trying to keep his voice calm. "My name is Lily," she replied. Her voice was soft, almost whisper-like, but every word felt meaningful. "And where is your mother, Lily?" Marcus asked gently. Lily looked around, scanning the park. She was here, but she walked that way to take a phone call. She pointed toward a row of tall trees. "She told me to wait." Marcus nodded slowly. Something inside him wanted to walk away, pretend nothing strange had happened. But another part of him, an older part, a deeper part, was whispering, "Stay. Listen." Something about this moment felt like destiny had placed it there. Leo stood close to Marcus now, holding his hand. Marcus squeezed his son's fingers gently. He didn't want Leo to feel scared. "Lily," Marcus said carefully, "why did your mother say the man with this tattoo broke her heart?" Lily lowered her eyes, as if she was remembering something painful. "Because, she cries when she talks about it," she said. "Sometimes at night." Marcus felt an ache in his chest. "And she told you this?" "Yes," Lily nodded. "She said that when she was young, she met someone very special. Someone she thought she would be with forever. They made a promise together. But then, something happened. Something that made them lose each other." Marcus felt his throat tighten. Those words, "lose each other," hit him like a wave. They sounded too familiar. Too close to his own story. "Lily," Marcus said softly, "has your mother ever said the name of that man?" Lily thought for a moment. "No, she never says his name. She only calls him the man with the tattoo." Marcus swallowed hard. His mind was racing. It can't be Maya. This is impossible. How could life bring her back like this, through a child? But he kept his thoughts hidden. He didn't want to frighten the girl. He didn't want to jump to conclusions. "What does your mother look like?" Marcus asked, trying to sound casual. Lily lifted her head. "She has long brown hair, but sometimes she ties it up. And she has the same tattoo, right here." She pointed to her upper arm. "But she always wears a jacket to hide it." Marcus could hear his heartbeat now. Maya had the same habits. The same tattoo. The same sadness. He knelt down in front of Lily. "Did your mother ever tell you why she cries?" Lily nodded slowly. "She says she lost the most important person in her life. And she says he never knew the truth." Marcus felt a chill run through his entire body. The same sentence Lily had said earlier. The same message. The same unfinished story. "What truth?" he whispered without thinking. Lily looked confused. "I don't know. She never told me." For a moment, the park felt silent. Only the wind moved through the trees. Even Leo had stopped fidgeting, sensing something serious was happening. Then Marcus asked another question, one he wasn't sure he wanted the answer to. "Do you have a picture of your mother?" Lily reached for her backpack and slowly opened the front pocket. She pulled out a tiny photo, its edges worn, like someone had touched it many times. She handed it to Marcus. Marcus took one look, and his breath caught. It wasn't a clear picture. The woman's face was partly turned away. But he recognized the hair. The build. The way she stood. Even the style of the jacket. It looked exactly like Maya. The same Maya who disappeared from his life without a word. The same Maya he searched for. The same Maya whose memory lived inside his tattoo. Marcus felt the world narrowing around him. Before he could ask more, Lily suddenly looked past him and said, "Mama." Marcus turned around slowly. A woman was walking toward them from the trees, her face partly hidden in the fading light. And the moment her eyes met his, Marcus felt everything inside him break open. Marcus stood frozen as the woman walked toward them, the wind pushing her hair gently behind her. At first, her face wasn't clear. Shadows from the tall trees fell across her cheeks, making it hard to see her features. But Marcus's heart already knew. Something inside him whispered her name long before her face fully appeared. It's her, it has to be her. Lily ran toward the woman. Mama. I was waiting. The woman smiled weakly and held her daughter's hand. But when she lifted her eyes, her smile died. Her breath caught. Her steps slowed. She stared at Marcus as if she had seen a ghost from a life she thought was gone forever. Marcus felt everything inside him twist. The woman standing in front of him was older, tired eyes, softer face, but still the same. Still the girl he used to love. Still Maya. Time didn't move. Even the air felt heavy. Maya, Marcus whispered without meaning to. Her lips trembled before she quickly looked away, trying to hide the emotion in her eyes. She squeezed Lily's hand harder, as if afraid of something. Lily looked up at her. Mama, this is the man I told you about. The man with the tattoo. Maya closed her eyes for a moment. A tear formed but she wiped it away fast, pretending it was nothing. Marcus stepped forward. Maya, after all these years, is it really you? Maya didn't answer. She simply turned her face to the side. Her body language was clear, fear, pain, confusion, anger, all mixed together. I didn't think this day would ever come, Marcus said quietly, trying not to scare her. Maya finally spoke, her voice broken but controlled. Lily, go stand near that bench for a minute. But Mama. Please, Maya said firmly. Lily obeyed and walked a few steps away, humming softly as she kicked small stones on the ground. Now it was just Marcus and Maya in front of each other after years of silence. You shouldn't have talked to my daughter, Maya said suddenly, her voice sharp like a blade. But it wasn't real anger, it was fear hiding behind anger. She came to me, Marcus explained. I didn't even know she was your daughter. Maya looked at the ground. She wasn't supposed to see that tattoo. I told her not to talk about it. Marcus lifted his sleeve slightly, showing his tattoo more clearly. This? I never thought it meant anything to anyone anymore. It means too much, Maya whispered. More than you know. Marcus stepped closer, but carefully. Maya, where did you go? Why did you disappear like that? You didn't tell me anything. You didn't give me any chance to understand. Maya shook her head, staring at the ground. It's complicated. You wouldn't understand. Then explain, Marcus said gently. I spent years looking for you. Years thinking I did something wrong. Years wondering if I wasn't enough. Her eyes softened but she quickly hid it. Marcus, please, don't do this. Not here. Marcus exhaled slowly. I deserve to know the truth, Maya. And you deserve to speak it. She looked away, her jaw tightening. I can't stand here and pretend everything is fine. It's been years. Life changed. Yes, Marcus agreed. But why does it feel like only yesterday? A long silence followed. The kind of silence that carries pain, memories, and things never said. Maya finally spoke again, but her voice was tired. Marcus, you need to leave. I don't want Lily confused. What is she confused about? Marcus asked softly. Your daughter thinks her mother still loves a man from her past. She thinks that man is me. Maya flinched as if the words were a wound. She shouldn't think that. She shouldn't know anything about that time. That time was our life, Marcus said. And I never stopped wondering why it ended. Maya's eyes filled with tears now. She wiped them quickly, but the pain still showed. You don't know what really happened. You don't know why I left. Then tell me, Marcus whispered. Before Maya could reply, Lily ran back to her. Mama, the streetlights are turning on. Are we going home? Maya nodded gently and held Lily close. She looked at Marcus one last time. I can't talk now, but maybe another day. Then she turned around and walked away, holding Lily's hand tightly. Marcus watched them leave until they disappeared into the evening shadows. The past he thought was dead had just walked back into his life. Marcus didn't sleep that night. He lay awake on his old sofa, staring at the ceiling while Leo slept peacefully beside him. His mind kept replaying every second of the encounter in the park, Lily's words, Maya's face, the way she avoided looking at him, and the tears she quickly wiped away. He had waited years for answers. And now those answers were suddenly walking around the city with a small girl who was not his. A girl who knew more about his past than he did. The next morning, Marcus felt tired, but determined. He dropped Leo at school, took a deep breath, and began searching for Maya. He didn't know where she lived, but the park was the only clue he had. So he returned there after work, hoping she would appear again. For 3 evenings, she didn't come. On the 4th evening, he found her. She was sitting quietly on a bench, her arms wrapped around herself. Lily was not with her this time. She looked like she had been waiting too, not for him, but for courage. Marcus approached slowly. Maya. She didn't look up. I knew you would come, she murmured. I had to, Marcus said. I can't live with unfinished stories anymore. Maya sighed deeply. Sit. Marcus did. For a moment, neither of them spoke. The air was heavy again. She took a shaky breath. You want the truth, she said. Fine. I'll tell you. Marcus nodded, his heart pounding. When we were 18, everything between us was good. Too good. Maya's voice broke slightly. My parents hated it. They didn't want us together. They thought you weren't enough. Marcus looked down. That pain wasn't new. They took my phone. They read every message you ever sent. They told me you weren't serious. That you were using me. That you were planning to leave me. That wasn't true, Marcus said quietly. I know, she whispered. But I was young. And scared. And they controlled everything. I believed their lies. Marcus clenched his jaw. Why didn't you talk to me? I tried, Maya said, tears gathering in her eyes. I wrote you letters. Many letters. I went to your house twice. But your mom said you didn't want to see me. Marcus's head snapped up. My mom? She would never. She said you were done with me, Maya whispered. She said you told her you regretted everything. I believed her. I broke completely that day. Marcus felt like a part of him shattered. He couldn't speak for a moment. My mom had her own issues, he finally said. She didn't like the idea of me being in a serious relationship at that age. She told me you moved away without a word. That you blocked me. That you were happy. Maya wiped her tears, shaking her head. So 2 families, 2 sets of lies, destroyed everything we had. They sat with that truth, a truth years late, a truth heavy with pain. Maya continued, voice barely a whisper. After we were separated, my parents forced me to move to another city. I cried for months. I tried to find you again but I couldn't. Everything changed. Marcus swallowed hard. And Lily? Maya smiled sadly. She's not yours. I met her father years later. He wasn't a good man. He left before she was born. And I've been raising her alone ever since. A strange emotion passed through Marcus, not relief, not jealousy, something else. Something like respect for her strength. "You've suffered a lot," he said softly. "And so did you," Maya replied, finally looking into his eyes. "I can see it." Marcus nodded. "All these years, I thought you left because you stopped loving me." Maya looked down at her hands. "I never stopped. That was the problem. Loving you hurt too much when I couldn't reach you." Marcus felt his throat tighten. The years had stolen so much from them, memories they never made, days they never shared. "So what now?" he asked quietly. Maya looked at the sunset. "I don't know. But maybe we talk. Maybe we try to understand each other again." For the first time in years, Marcus felt something warm inside him, hope. The truth that once destroyed them was now the same truth that brought them back together. In the days that followed their conversation at the park, something quiet began to change between Marcus and Maya. They didn't suddenly become close again. They didn't act like the past had never happened. But for the first time in years, they were finally talking, slowly, carefully, like two people learning to walk again after a long injury. Marcus began visiting the park more often with Leo, not because he expected to see Maya every day, but because something about that place felt calmer now. It was where the truth had started coming out. It was where the past had touched the present. One Saturday morning, while Leo was chasing butterflies near a tree, Marcus saw Lily running toward him with excitement in her eyes. "Sir. You came again," she said happily. Marcus smiled. "Yes. How are you, Lily?" "I'm good. Mama said maybe we can join you today." Marcus turned and saw Maya walking slowly toward them. She wore a soft gray sweater and held a thermos of tea in one hand. Her face looked calmer than the last time. Not completely healed, but less guarded. Marcus nodded. "Good morning." "Morning," Maya replied softly, stopping at a comfortable distance. Lily tugged her mother's arm. "Mama, can we sit with them? Please." Maya hesitated for a second, then agreed. "Okay, but only for a while." They sat on the grass together. Leo offered Lily a tiny flower he had picked, and Lily laughed. The two children started playing as if they had known each other for years. Watching them made something warm spread in Marcus's chest, a feeling he didn't understand yet. "Leo is sweet," Maya said quietly. "So is Lily," Marcus replied. A small silence followed. But it wasn't a painful silence. It felt safe. Maya poured tea into two small cups and handed one to Marcus. He took it carefully. "Thank you." She nodded. "You look tired. I guess you still work too much." Marcus gave a small smile. "Single-parent life." Maya's eyes softened. "I know it well." They sat and talked about simple things first: work, the kids, the weather. Nothing heavy. Nothing emotional. But every word built a small bridge between them. After some time, the children returned and sat with their parents. Lily rested her head on Maya's lap while Leo leaned against Marcus's arm. Lily looked at Marcus and asked, "Sir, can you read us a story?" Marcus chuckled. "I didn't bring a book." "It's okay," Leo said. "Make one up." Maya laughed softly. "He used to make stories all the time," she told the kids. "He was very good at it." Marcus felt a faint blush. That was a long time ago. But the kids insisted. So Marcus began telling a simple story about a brave butterfly and a shy flower. Lily and Leo listened with bright eyes, and even Maya seemed lost in the story, smiling quietly. For the first time in many years, Marcus felt like the past didn't hurt anymore. It simply existed, and now it was being painted with new colors. As the sun began to set, Maya stood up. "We should go, Lily." Lily pouted. "But Mama." "No arguments," Maya said gently. Marcus nodded. "Maybe we could do this again." Only if you're comfortable. Maya looked thoughtful. Not scared. Not angry. Just thinking. Maybe, she said after a moment. Maybe we can. Lily hugged Marcus before leaving. Bye, sir. I hope we meet again tomorrow. Marcus hugged her carefully. Maybe we will. As Maya took Lily's hand, she looked at Marcus one last time. Thank you, for being kind. You don't have to thank me, Marcus replied. But she still did. With her eyes. With the soft smile she gave before turning away. That night, Marcus felt something he hadn't felt in a long time, peace. In the following days, their small meetups continued. Sometimes they talked. Sometimes they simply let the kids play. Sometimes they sat in silence, but even that silence felt like healing. Slowly, without pressure, without rushing, Marcus and Maya began rebuilding trust. Not because they were forced to. Not because life demanded it. But because two broken hearts, after years of distance, finally found the courage to sit side by side again. And maybe, just maybe, fate was giving them another chance. The weeks that followed brought a gentle change to Marcus's life, the kind of change that didn't arrive loudly, but quietly, like soft rain that turns the earth green without anyone noticing at first. Every evening, Marcus and Leo found themselves walking to the park, not because it was their routine, but because the park had become a place of hope. A place where past pain melted into present comfort. A place where Maya and Lily often waited. Sometimes Maya arrived first. Sometimes Marcus did. But they always ended up sitting under the same tall tree, watching the kids play while small conversations slowly built a bridge between two wounded hearts. One cool afternoon, Leo tugged Marcus's shirt and whispered, "Daddy, can Lily come to our house?" Marcus hesitated. He looked at Maya. Only if it's okay with her mother. Maya smiled a little. It's okay. They're becoming good friends. So that weekend, Lily and Maya visited Marcus's apartment. It was the first time Maya had stepped inside his home in years. She looked around, simple furniture, small but neat rooms, toys everywhere. This place feels warm, Maya said quietly. Marcus chuckled. It's chaos most days. Chaos can still feel like home, she replied. They cooked together in the tiny kitchen. Leo and Lily played with toy cars on the floor, giggling loudly. At one point, Lily hugged Leo and said, "You're like my brother now." Maya's eyes softened as she watched. Kids understand love more easily than adults, she whispered. Marcus nodded. Maybe we should learn from them. Later, they ate dinner together. It wasn't fancy, just pasta and bread, but something about that simple meal felt important, like a step towards something new. After dinner, Marcus found himself telling Maya stories from the years after she left, the struggles, the lonely nights, the dreams he let go of. Maya listened without interrupting, her eyes full of regret. When he finished, she took a deep breath. "I'm sorry," she said. "I'm sorry for everything, for not fighting harder, for believing lies, for letting fear control me." Marcus looked at her gently. "We were young. And we had no one to guide us. We can't blame ourselves forever." Maya wiped a small tear. "Still, you deserved better." "So did you," Marcus replied. A comfortable silence followed. Not painful like before. Not awkward. Just peaceful. The kids soon fell asleep on the couch, Lily's head resting on Leo's shoulder. Maya took a soft blanket and covered them both. Seeing them like that made something shift inside Marcus. Not confusion. Not fear. Something simple. Something clear. Family. Not perfect. Not traditional. But real. Later that night, as Maya gathered her things to leave, Marcus walked her and Lily to their door. Before stepping out, Maya turned back. "Marcus, today was nice," she said softly. It was, Marcus agreed. Her eyes held his for a few seconds longer than usual. Maybe, this doesn't have to end. Maybe we can, find our way again. Marcus felt his chest warm. One step at a time, he said. She nodded. One step at a time. Weeks passed, and those steps turned into something steady. Marcus and Maya didn't jump back into a relationship. They didn't rush anything. Instead, they learned to walk side by side as two adults who had survived too much to take love lightly. Their children became inseparable. Lily started calling Marcus Uncle Marcus, and Leo often asked Maya to read him stories. The two families blended not through pressure, but through natural affection. One evening, while all four sat together watching the sunset, Lily suddenly pointed at Marcus's tattoo and said, "Mama, you don't cry anymore when you see the tattoo." Maya looked at Marcus, her eyes warm instead of sad. She held his hand gently. "That's because," she said softly, "the man with the tattoo is not a painful memory anymore." Marcus squeezed her hand. "And he's not alone anymore." Leo climbed into Maya's lap. "Are we a family now?" he asked innocently. Maya looked at Marcus. Marcus looked at her. She smiled. "Yes, baby. We're becoming one." As the sky turned orange and gold, Marcus felt something he once believed he had lost forever, the feeling of home. Not the old home he imagined when he was young. A new one. A better one. A home built from truth, forgiveness, and the courage to love again. The story that once broke their hearts now brought them back together. A new beginning, for all four of them.